Good morning, new community. So, have you ever heard of the word Paraclete? If not, I'm sure that you're not alone. I'm sure you have lots of company. But the word Paraclete is actually very significant. It comes from a Greek word that means one who gives support. So, the question is, who is the Paraclete? Since I said one, who is the Paraclete? If you guessed it, if you guessed Jesus, I should say, you're kind of correct. Before he was crucified, Jesus promised that he and the Father would send his disciples another counselor. So this another points to the fact that yes, Jesus technically was the first Paraclete. So good job on that answer. But it's also promising a replacement who, after he is gone, will carry on his teaching and testimony that he started. The Paraclete ministry, by its very nature, is personal, is relational, which again implies a who-ness and the full personhood of the one who fulfills it. So, if you haven't guessed it by now, that person is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit has always been, right? From the beginning of time, we've known him differently throughout time, right? In the Old Testament, so much is said about the Spirit's activity, in creation and revelation and enabling, people for service and this inward renewal. But the Bible didn't make it super clear in the Old Testament, this super clear distinction of the Spirit being, a distinct divine person. But in the New Testament, we see that the Holy Spirit is both a person, distinct from the Father, just like the Son is, but is also God. This is apparent from, first of all, the person of the Holy Spirit. It's apparent in Jesus' promise, again, of another counselor, right? Another person, but also a lot of the things that we see in the New Testament involving the Holy Spirit, characteristics given to the Holy Spirit, the fact that the Holy Spirit speaks, he teaches, he searches, he determines, he intercedes, he is lied to, he can be grieved. Only a personal being can have those traits. And beyond his personhood, we can see that that the Spirit is divine. We can see the Spirit's divinity through the Word, and in it declaring that lying to the Spirit is lying to God in Acts chapter 5, or the fact that the Spirit is linked to the Father and the Son in benedictions. We also see the Holy Spirit used in the formula of baptism. And a little bit more abstract, we can see in Revelation the Spirit is called the seven spirits. Partly it seems because seven is a number signifying divine perfection, and also partly because the Spirit ministers in His fullness. So we can see that the Holy Spirit is not an it; it's a He, and He must be obeyed, loved, and adored, along with the Father and the Son. Um, we see even more so, some of the other roles of the Spirit that he enlightens us in Ephesians. He regenerates us. John chapter 3, he leads us into holiness. He transforms us. He gives us assurance. He gifts us for ministry. All God's work in us is led through the Holy Spirit. So let's remember as we navigate the ups and downs of life that we aren't left without help. We have the Holy Spirit. We have the Paraclete. So let's walk in the Spirit and let's live by the Spirit.